magicians with powerful firepower, infantry with rapid regulation. A voice marveled, a hint of surprise coloring their tone. The strength of shadow soldiers is beyond my expectation. This unbelievable regeneration is almost comparable to immortality. It does consume a massive amount of mana, though, the voice concluded, a note of caution in their tone. Suddenly, a new presence emerged. The leader appears, a voice stated, a sense of foreboding settling over the scene. Shadow soldiers are getting smashed in an instant, and are no match, a voice exclaimed, the tone laced with alarm. Shadow soldiers can no longer regenerate due to a lack of mana, egress. A new scene flashed, the focus shifting to another battle. I would have stood no chance if Igris used his sword back then at my current level, a voice admitted, their tone filled with a mix of respect and trepidation. We are at an equal footing now. No, is he above me? The voice questioned, a hint of uncertainty creeping into their words. A new notification flashed before them. Name, Sung Jin-Woo, level 52. You've done well, the voice continued, their tone softening slightly. Time to turn him into my shadow soldier as well. Arise. A surge of dark energy enveloped Sung Jin-Woo's body, the system announcing, you have successfully extracted the shadow. Shadow Monster LV1, Shadow Monster LV1, Shadow Monster LV1, the system stated, confirming the successful extraction. Good. How long has it been? A voice asked, breaking the silence. About 3 hours. It's already been 3 days inside. Another voice responded, a sense of disbelief coloring their tone. I wonder how many are still alive. You should throw away any hope of a normal environment past the red gate. Skin burning under the harsh sunlight, being pestered endlessly by poisonous bugs, or skin rotting due to the severe cold. As such, the weak will perish first, the voice explained. Oh God, even if they adapt to the environment, they must secure food next. They could attempt to feed off of the monster's corpses, but the gate is too high-leveled for lower-tier hunters. C-rank or lower hunters must all be gone by now. Then Sung Jin-Woo must also be gone. Did I just end up wasting my time in vain? No, wait. You're saying that Sung Jin-Woo isn't part of the White Tiger Guild? Then how did he end up there? A voice exclaimed, their tone laced with surprise. He's my old acquaintance. He asked if he could take part in a C-rank raid, and I reluctantly introduced him here, another voice confessed. Chief and, same minute is covering for Hunter Sung Jin-Woo. Does that mean exposing him is problematic? A voice asked, their tone filled with suspicion. Not to mention that S-rank Wang Dong-Soo from overseas also knows about this E-rank's existence. Then, there's nothing else I can do. Is what you thought I'd say, the voice said with a wry chuckle. For a long time, I've been talented in finding interesting situations, and I can feel something fishy here. Tell me the truth, what are you hiding? Wang Dong-Soo, take your hand off my employee, a new voice demanded, their tone sharp and filled with authority. Are you ordering me? Someone who's playing leader in a backyard. Huang Dong-Soo responded mockingly. What if and no, if this continues, S-ranks will end up facing each other. Haha. Another scene flashed, the focus shifting to a group in dire straits. No way. I, Kim Chul, have failed. A voice exclaimed, desperation coloring their tone. There's no way. Save me. I am someone who will be one of the White Tiger's elite. I even received special coaching to become an elite captain, but I've failed. I can't accept this. If only I had food. Lack of food shouldn't be my fault. No, it's my responsibility as the captain, right? Kim Chul continued, his thoughts spiraling into chaos. I am the captain, Captain Heya Hayaki. A new scene appeared, the focus shifting again. Hayaki, right after Yeti Sea Captain. A voice declared with a mix of admiration and apprehension. Magician with powerful firepower, infantry with rapid regulation. The strength of the shadow soldiers is beyond my expectations. This unbelievable regeneration is almost comparable to immortality. It consumes massive amount of mana though, a voice mused, recapping the previous fight. The leader appears, shadow soldiers are getting smashed in an instant and are no match. Shadow soldiers can no longer regenerate due to a lack of mana, egress, the voice stated with growing concern. The battle continued to rage, the shadow soldiers facing seemingly insurmountable odds. I would have stood no chance if Igris used his sword. Back then at my current level, we are at equal footing now. No. Is he above me? Name, Sung Jin-Woo, level 52. You've done well, the voice declared, clearly impressed. Time to turn him into my shadow soldier as well. Arise. You have successfully extracted the shadow. Shadow Monster LV1. Shadow Monster LV1. Shadow Monster LV1. The system announced, confirming the success. Good. How long has it been? About 3 hours. It's already been 3 days inside. A voice whispered, worry seeping through. I wonder how many are still alive? You should throw away any hope of a normal environment past the red gate. Skin burning under the harsh sunlight, being pestered endlessly by poisonous bugs, or skin rotting due to the severe cold. As such, the weak will perish first. Oh God, even if they adapt to the environment, they must secure food next. They could attempt to feed off the monster's corpses, but the gate is too high-leveled for lower-tier hunters. C-rank or lower hunters must all be gone by now. Then Sung Jin-Woo must also be gone. Did I just end up wasting my time in vain? No, wait. You're saying that Sung Jin-Woo isn't part of the White Tiger Guild? Then how did he end up in there? He's my old acquaintance. He asked if he could take part in a C-rank raid, and I reluctantly introduced him here. Chief and, same minute is covering for Hunter Sung Jin-Woo. Does that mean exposing him is problematic? Not to mention that S-rank Wang Dong-Soo from overseas also knows about this E-rank's existence. Then there's nothing else I can do, is what you thought I'd say. For a long time, I've been talented in finding interesting situations, and I can feel something fishy here. Tell me the truth. What are you hiding? A voice declared, their tone demanding. Wang Dong-Soo, take your hand off my employee, a voice declared with authority. Are you ordering me? Someone who is playing leader in a backyard. What if and no? If this continues, S-ranks will end up facing each other. Ha, Wang Dong-Soo responded mockingly. No way. I Kim Chul have failed. There's no way. Save me. I am someone who will be one of White Tiger's elite. I even received special coaching to become an elite captain, but I've failed. I can't accept this. If only I had food. Lack of food shouldn't be my fault. No, it's my responsibility as the captain, right? I am the captain. Captain Heya Hayaki. Kim Chul thought in desperation, his mind racing. Hayaki, right after Yeti Sea Captain, a new voice stated, providing a different perspective. Huff, huff. A voice labored, each breath heavy and strained. Huff, due to the cold. Huff, no, if I didn't starve for days, I wouldn't have been defeated, the voice added, a hint of self-reproach in its tone. Huff, huff. I was wondering why I haven't spotted a single ice bear after entering the forest. The voice continued, their confusion slowly morphing into suspicion. No way, did those guys? No, they don't have the skills. It must have been Hiachi. There must be Hiachi nearby. Damn it. I need to quickly get away, the voice muttered, growing increasingly urgent. You want to go anytime? A new voice said, cutting through the silence, their tone filled with mockery. Yeah, a voice responded, equally challenging, the tension in the air thick. Not too shabby to be able to stop us. If both of you haven't reduced your strength in time, my arms would have been broken, a new voice declared, filled with a strange mix of surprise and condescension. I was the one to first suspect Sung Jin-Woo with ReAwakening, however. After testing him with a magic power detector of the highest grade, 2 months ago he was still in E-rank. There's no way. That's unfortunate that Hunter Hwang Dong-Suk has departed from this world. But Sung Jin-Woo doesn't have the ability to wipe out an attack force. I know if they prepared a trap, the culprit must have been from your gene architectures. Then there's no reason to obsess over Hunter Sung Jin-Woo. It's just an excuse to deal with another human being. The voice paused, then continued, All right, I lost my excitement. I'll just head to bed. What is this? Your first time witnessing S-ranks clashing with each other? I know Sung Jin-Woo's ability better than anyone. If it's him, he'll definitely return back alive. Another scene flashed, showing a group huddled together, their faces etched with confusion. Just what has happened? They are all low-rank hunters. How are they still alive? A voice muttered, bewildered. Warm clothing, blankets, tents, and all sorts of goods. If there's also food. If my hands weren't frozen. They prepared all these supplies and kept it only to themselves. Another voice exclaimed, their frustration growing. These guys, with my stomach full, I could have easily faced against Hiachi, you f***ers. Kim Chul, how did you get here? A voice questioned, their tone laced with suspicion. My attack force has been wiped out due to a lack of food and equipment, but how do you guys have all these supplies? That's why, can't you speak? Did your mouths get zoned shut? I don't think you're all accomplices who hid all these supplies. I'll let this go if you reveal the culprit. I'm talking about the one who hid the equipment and left their comrades to perish, the voice declared, their tone shifting from suspicion to outright threat. Here, the message in, I'll count to 3. If you don't reveal the culprit by then, I'll consider all of you as accomplices. 1, 2, I see. That girl must have volunteered to leave because she had some sort of plot. She must have departed since she lacked the confidence to survive by herself and tried to minimize the headcount in order to preserve the food supply. The culprit is you. Park Hee-jin, 3, 4. Jin-Woo, upper raid captain. A new voice suddenly declared, breaking the tension. Who is it that actually left their comrades to expire? The voice continued. Not to mention you came back with deadweight. What deadweight? How about you guys undo your stealth? Due to your powerful energy, hiding is pointless. They continued, their tone mocking. Those are, what a chilling energy. That's the boss. Ourselves, and with those numbers, the voice continued, their tone tinged with fear. Z said there must be over 20. There really was one, a useful guy among the trashes. What did you just call us? Trashes? A voice questioned, their tone shifting to one of offense. You know our language, huh? How is conversation possible? Can you also speak with monsters? Is this also an effect from the system, to be able to converse? How splendid. There's someone I want to introduce. You're already acquaintances. He's the one who notified us that there's a son, one strong one among the humans. This guy wanted to face off with you. So, a voice said, their tone strangely conversational. Anything else to say? Another voice inquired, their tone filled with a strange mix of anticipation and nonchalance. You're an amusing guy, a voice responded, the tone a mix of amusement and slight curiosity. Anything else to say? A voice inquired, their tone laced with a mix of amusement and anticipation. You're an amusing guy, a new voice responded, their tone casual and strangely friendly. I have a proposal. It won't be detrimental to you. But first, let me ask you a question, the voice continued, their tone shifting to one of curiosity. Despite not being a human, why are you among the humans? What the hell are you talking about? A bewildered voice exclaimed. Haha, are you not aware of it? In our heads, there's a constant voice speaking to us to eliminate humans, but I cannot hear that voice in your presence, the voice explained. A voice telling them to eliminate humans, a voice echoed in surprise. Is it similar to the system's orders? If the voice doesn't apply, it must be due to becoming a player through the system. There's no need for us to engage in combat. We do not want unnecessary casualties in our hands. Hand over the humans behind you, then I'll spare your life. How about it? The voice offered, their tone now bordering on persuasive. Let me ask you a question as well. Who are you guys? Where did you come from, and why are you trying to eliminate humans? We are, a voice began, before being cut off. There's no need for us to engage in combat. We do not want unnecessary casualties in our end. Hand over the humans behind you, then I'll spare your life. A voice repeated, their tone now more demanding. What? Just now? A confused voice said, not fully grasping the situation. Do you accept our proposal? A voice inquired. I refuse. Do you plan on facing me and my soldiers? The voice retorted, their tone shifting to one of outright defiance. Do you think you can withstand our numbers by yourself? Numbers? What numbers? A voice responded with skepticism. Ah, what is this? A voice exclaimed, filled with surprise. A monster. A monster suddenly appeared. Black soldiers and black ice bears. No way. Is this also some of Jin-Woo's doing? I'm sorry, what a cheap trick. Is it a cheap trick? A voice cried out in dismay. Retreat. It's not a battle we can get ourselves involved in, a commanding voice ordered. Calling it a cheap trick wasn't a bluff. Despite the advantage in numbers, I cannot maintain my army for long. They may be immortal, but the numbers will diminish if they keep getting destroyed. Since I leveled them up, they should be able to handle ourselves. But here's the problem. Just from a glance, I can tell that he's stronger. It'll be tough even if Igris and I team up. An ordinary soldier won't do, a voice mused, clearly assessing the situation. I need a stronger shadow. My name is Baruka. What is yours, Sung Jin-Woo? Cute dash, a voice exclaimed, before another scene flashed. It's been a while since I had this much excitement, a new voice said, their tone filled with a thrill of anticipation. Thanks to my magician, I gained some time. Yuck, that last voice. It was definitely Sung Jin-Woo. That bastard. I'll deal with him, a voice exclaimed, filled with rage. There's no way he vanished from that, a voice said, their tone challenging. Stop wasting time and come out. Is this the limit of your soldiers? Another voice taunted, their tone mocking. Sung Jin-Woo, depart. A new voice cried out in anger. Sung Jin-Woo, it seems that I'm not the only one after your head. Kim Chul, just as I predicted, egress, a voice said, the tone a mixture of satisfaction and malicious intent. Sung Jin-Woo, you buster, a voice declared, their tone filled with challenge. Since the beginning, you predicted this. Damn it, how interesting. But nothing will change, the same voice said, their tone a mix of awe and determination. Arise, a voice commanded, a new force about to be unleashed into the fray. There's no point in hiding, a voice declared, their tone calm and confident. Arise, the voice commanded, a surge of dark energy erupting from the ground. Hey, you have successfully extracted the shadow. Did he get bigger? Please choose a name for the soldier. Kim Chul, no, since it's Chul, you're now iron, the voice said, their tone amused. I am level 1 rank knight. Stop getting distracted. Do you think this lone soldier is enough to stop me? Of course not, the voice replied, a hint of playfulness entering their tone. Iron has used skill taunting cry. Dungeon boss has been taunted. Another amusing guy has shown up. I'll deal with you first. This slow soldier is no match for me, a new voice declared, their tone arrogant. Is that so? How about all three of us then? Miss Jean, we are all hunters. Fights like this. If that was the case, I would have never got my license, a voice replied, a touch of sarcasm evident. I've never heard or seen such a thing. Are we in a dream right now? A bewildered voice exclaimed. Effect paralysis has activated, the system announced. To be able to dodge a fatal strike in this situation, you sure are persistent. The enemy's resistance was too high. The effect was cancelled, a voice said with a hint of surprise. You're not in the position to say such a thing. How about you look around? A voice countered, with a mocking tone. Is that all your soldiers can do? A voice questioned, clearly unimpressed. You bastard, those soldiers will all vanish when I remove you. Throwing away your weapon? You skill, Dominator's Touch. Level 1 active skill, no mana required. You can control objects without touching them, a voice said, their tone slightly intrigued. It's accelerating. You bastards. I'll take care of you all, a voice cried out in rage. Looks like this is the end, a calm voice declared. Who do you think you're facing? A new voice exclaimed, with a note of challenge. I already told you. This is the end. The dungeon boss has been eliminated, a voice announced with finality. You leveled up. You leveled up. It's finally over, the system declared. Stop it already. Hey, a voice said with a mix of annoyance and amusement. Despite becoming a shadow, he's still a dance. Take it easy. I worry about the future. Oh wow, a voice exclaimed, their tone laced with surprise. Let's go back. Go back. Outside the gate. We can finally go home. Who are you? Another voice questioned, their tone curious. This guy. The focus shifted, a new scene unfolding. There's no point in hiding. A commanding voice echoed, as a shadowy figure emerged from the darkness. Arise, the figure commanded, and a towering shadow soldier materialized beside him. Hey, you have successfully extracted the shadow. Did he get bigger? Please choose a name for this soldier. The figure asked, seemingly amused. Kim Chul, no. Since it's Chul, you're now iron, the figure decided with a chuckle. I am level 1 rank knight. Stop getting distracted. Do you think this lone soldier is enough to stop me? Of course not, the figure retorted, their tone laced with sarcasm. Iron has used skill, taunting cry. Dungeon boss has been taunted. Another amusing guy has shown up. I'll deal with you first. This slow soldier is no match for me, a new voice declared, brimming with confidence. Is that so? How about all three of us then? A voice replied, their tone cool. Miss Jean, we are all hunters. Fights like this. If that was the case, I would have never got my license. I've never heard or seen such a thing. Are we in a dream right now? A voice muttered, bewildered by the situation. Effect, paralysis has activated, the system announced. To be able to dodge a fatal strike in this situation, you sure are persistent. The enemy's resistance was too high. The effect was cancelled. You're not in the position to say such a thing. How about you look around? A mocking voice taunted. Is that all your soldiers can do? A voice asked with a scoff. You bastard, those soldiers will all vanish when I remove you. Throwing away your weapon? You have activated the skill, Dominator's Touch. Level 1 active skill, No mana required. You can control objects without touching them. It's accelerating. A voice declared, clearly amazed. You bastards. I'll take care of you all. A voice shouted in rage, the battle reaching a fever pitch. Looks like this is the end, a voice said calmly, their tone strangely detached. Who do you think you're facing? A new voice declared, their tone mocking. I already told you. This is the end. The dungeon boss has been eliminated. A voice announced triumphantly. You leveled up. You leveled up. It's finally over. The system declared, the sounds of victory ringing in their ears. Stop it already. Hey. Despite becoming a shadow, he's still a dance. Take it easy, I worry about the future, a voice said, their tone a mix of annoyance and amusement. Oh wow, another voice exclaimed, their tone filled with surprise. Let's go back. Outside the gate, we can finally go home. Who are you? A voice asked cautiously, breaking the momentary silence. This guy. The air hung heavy with anticipation outside the ominous red gate. It's been a week inside that gate, a voice murmured, thick with worry. How about the master heads home first while we keep watch? Another suggested, though his tone lacked conviction. A firm voice, laced with authority, cut through their anxiety. How could I rest at home when my members are stuck in there? I'll wait until morning. Suddenly, a collective gasp rippled through the assembled group. The red gate. The red gate is opening, someone shouted, his voice trembling with a mixture of fear and hope. The dungeon has been cleared. People are coming out. Kim Chul? Did Kim Chul succeed? A voice asked, desperate for good news. Figures began to emerge from the gate, their forms barely visible in the dim light. Hunter Park, Hunter Go, Hunter Yun, a man called out, relief evident in his voice as he recognized each survivor. They came back. They survived. Then, a pause, heavy with unspoken dread. Hunter Sung Jin-Woo. Just as I thought, a voice declared, tinged with bitterness, the gate is gone. But Kim Chul? What happened to Kim Chul? A chilling realization settled upon the group like a shroud. No way. These are all the survivors, someone whispered, his voice hollow. Yes, a survivor confirmed, his gaze downcast. It's just us. Only the low-ranked hunters have survived. A wave of despair washed over the onlookers. No, an A rank and only a single B rank? Just what happened inside? Amidst the turmoil, a figure stepped forward, his demeanor strangely detached. Let's go, he said to one of the survivors. I'll drive you home. Hold it, a commanding voice interjected. A tall, imposing man with an air of authority approached the detached figure. Let's talk for a bit. I'm currently tired. If you've got something to ask, go ask your guild members, the detached figure retorted, his voice edged with irritation. This wasn't a request, the imposing man stated, his gaze unwavering. I am Baek Ho, the guild master of White Tiger. We have lost 9 guild members from this incident. His voice hardened. Or perhaps a threat. So what? As the master, shouldn't I be allowed to ask some questions? I saved the remaining 3 people, the detached figure countered, a hint of defiance in his tone. If you're the master, shouldn't you thank me first? Baek Ho's expression softened slightly. I was being too difficult, he conceded. You're right. I apologize. He turned to one of the female survivors, her face pale with exhaustion. Mississippi Park, he asked, his voice gentler now. Who is he, and why is he so irritated? I'm not sure, she replied, her voice barely above a whisper. After he dealt with the boss, he shouted something 3 times in front of the corpse, and then, I'm sorry, master. It must be because he's tired. He's not a bad person. No, that's not the problem, Baek Ho mused, his eyes narrowed in thought. Why haven't you recruited him yet? He fixed her with a pointed look. To be so confident against me, he must be prepared to lose an arm in a fight against him. Hurry it up. Do it now. I will do my best, she promised, but Baek Ho was not satisfied. That's not enough, he insisted. I will give you my complete support. Bring that man over to our guild at all costs. My eyes weren't wrong. Understood, she affirmed, bowing her head. Meanwhile, the detached figure, Sung Jin-Woo, was lost in his own world. Was it due to a difference in strength? He wondered, staring at a notification window only he could see. You have failed all 3 attempts. Shadow extraction is no longer possible. He sighed, a flicker of disappointment crossing his face. He examined a newly acquired item, a dagger that pulsed with a faint magical energy. Barucha's dagger, he read, item class A, type dagger. A dagger wielded by the great warrior Barucha. The lightweight magic enchantment will make the wielder more agile. Attack plus 110, agility plus 10. A small smile touched his lips. I'm glad that I was able to obtain this at the least. As Jin-Woo was driven away, the other survivors exchanged uneasy glances. You did well, one said to another. Get home safe, okay? Hey, Appa, a young girl's voice called out. Thank you for today. Tomorrow. No, I'll see you later. Later, ah. It was past midnight, almost 3:50 a.m. Time seemed to blur for Jin-Woo. It's back to raiding with Jin-Ho starting today, he thought wearily. Jin-Ho, a young man with a nervous demeanor, greeted Jin-Woo with a mixture of respect and apprehension. You took a cab with those? He remarked, gesturing to Jin-Woo's worn-out clothes. That's just like you. I was planning on picking you up until... The young name is the one helping me, so I should be the one to come over at 6 o'clock. Let's depart. On the way there, let's pick someone up. Huh? Who? Jin-Ho asked, surprised. Someone you know. Come out, Jin-Woo said, dialing a number on his phone. I'll give you a lift, Song-yi. Jin-Ho's eyes widened in realization. By Song-yi, do you mean, right? He knows her number and is able to hold a friendly conversation? Do Song-yi and Hyung-nim have a deep relationship? He shook his head, trying to dispel the thought. Have we arrived, Hyung-nim? Do I have to start calling Song-yi's sister-in-law from now on? What if she's just my sister's friend? Song-yi, a bright-eyed young girl, greeted them with a cheerful smile. Good morning, Appa. Good morning, raid captain. Hello, Jin-Ho stammered, still flustered. Did you get some sleep last night? I was unable to sleep, Song-yi admitted. You must be tired, Jin-Woo said, concern evident in his voice. Get some rest in the car. How about you, Appa? Song-yi asked. Just a quick nap, Jin-Woo replied. It was already past 4 a.m. when I got home. Jin-Ho's mind raced, trying to piece together the puzzle. Unable to sleep, tired. He got home at past, and he said she was just a friend of his sister? I'm a young man, yeah, and Song-yi is a minor, and never mind. He's not normal. I shouldn't judge Hyung-nim with my ordinary standards. He shook his head again, resolving to focus on the task at hand. Let's hurry and finish it up, he said, his voice firmer now. Yes, Hyung-nim, Jin-Ho replied, a newfound determination in his eyes. Yes, Appa, Song-yi echoed, her smile unwavering. The car sped off into the night, carrying its passengers towards an uncertain future, their lives intertwined by the enigmatic events within the Red Gate.